What's up, everybody? I'm Marjorie, and you're watching Ask at Dead in Hip Hop. I'm here with Raphael, B, Ken, Mike, and we have a new guest. Is. I just forgot it.
2 letters, yo.
2 letters.
I'm sorry. We're here with Is. So today's question comes from Isaiah Dyer, and he wants to know, with artists like Joey Badass in the East, Kendrick Lamar and Earl Sweatshirt in the West, and Big Crit in the South, do you guys think that hip-hop overall is making a comeback lyrically?
Another one of these?
Look, man, look, I don't know if you listen to us on 12 Com.
Wake up,
but
Ken.
I said
I mean, Mike.
the balance in hip-hop is a lot closer than what I thought it was. There's a lot of, artists that are getting some more mainstream appeal. Like their names are being mentioned, that are actually lyricists and spitters and true hip-hop artists, and I'm excited and happy for it, and I'm just waiting for that balance to really just start leveling out. So I definitely think that there's a shift in hip-hop now. I think these
Would you
kids,
call the shift a comeback?
I think it's the beginning of a comeback. I think we're starting to see the foundation being laid by these new artists. So I don't know if it's a full-fledged comeback just yet, but I think that we have the makings of great hip hop for the future.
I would say no. I don't think it's no comeback. I think it's still going. The artists gonna still be in their lane, doing what they're doing. I don't see them, blowing. I don't see them getting up to like a super mainstream level, like a Joey Badass, for example. I don't know. I don't see him.
Kendrick,
like,
you don't see Kendrick going further?
They gotta fuck with Kendrick though.
Kendrick's already on it, which is how.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's the ushering of a comeback of lyricism to radio.
Yeah, but I don't see it with Joey's Badass. As talented as he is, I just don't see him.
You don't see him as like a trailblazer?
He hasn't got crossover.
Yeah.
Crossover feel. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, thanks. I mean Kendrick, but that's like one person. I mean, it'd be different if we had like, if it was 6 Kendricks that was kind of coming up. I mean, not like exactly.
Well, maybe because
like
this one Kendrick, maybe this one Kendrick could make 6 more Kendricks.
We'll see.
You know what I mean?
I don't think it is, but we'll see. I mean, I can't predict the future.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. If Kendrick wasn't as big as he was or is now, his shit wouldn't be on the radio. You know what I'm saying? So, and having that Drake co-sign and all the other shit, he had a lot of stuff work out in his favor. But
do you think you don't think it should be? Yeah.
Nah, fuck no.
So you don't think it's gonna?
Nah, man, I don't see Crit and Joey. I definitely don't see Joey Badass on the radio at all.
Shit, Ryan Lewis is on the radio.
Who?
Macklemore, Ryan Lewis is on the radio.
Again, I think their popularity probably had a lot to do with that. You get your shit played in NBA doc, at the fucking All-Star shit.
Commercials and shit.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta fuck with them.
All right. Exactly.
But are they going to really reach down and pull somebody else out? I don't think so. I think they'll just take whoever's popping and keep it pushing. No, I don't think so. I don't see it coming back.
I'll say yes. I do think this is a comeback, and I'll tell you why. Because back in the day, you had people that were lyrical on the radio because the sounds weren't that dissimilar, right? Like they weren't like, it wasn't like a Cool G rap sound was that different than somebody else that was on the radio. I think after that, the sounds broke apart. Then you had the lyrical dudes automatically sounding like this, and the non-lyrical dudes automatically sounded like this. But what's happening again now is that dudes are finally figuring out a way to make your songs lyrical but still sound mainstream, which was what happened back in the day. Your songs were still lyrical, but they sounded mainstream because that's what mainstream was then. You have people like Crit, who he is extremely lyrical, but he's not gonna go over, some super gutter Alchemist production. Right. He's gonna go over production that's gonna be popular.
Right.
So, like I said a long time ago, like don't change for the radio, make the radio change for you. And I think that's what these dudes are doing. They're not changing their sound so much, they're just adapting what's already there. Right. So I do think this is a comeback to lyricism being mainstream. It's not so much a comeback to the mainstream people liking lyricism. That's the difference. It's not like these people are liking Crit because he's overly lyrical. They like him because he sounds accessible. Dudes like us like him because he's lyrical and he's accessible. You see what I'm saying? So it is kind of a comeback.
Yeah.
Is this going to influence everybody to do that? No, but it's going to influence more people to do that because people are going to now see that you don't have to dumb down your lyrics to get on the radio. You know, Joey Badass, he has every bit of potential to be on the radio. The reason he's not is because he wants to go over those golden era style production beats. Throw him on a Crit beat, he'll probably do his thing.
Yeah, I think it's coming back too, man. Because Kendrick was just on DJ Drama last night, talking about this very same topic, like how he's influencing all these other kids to start rapping, and that was on DJ Drama last night, like radio.
Yeah, and to Mike's point, like a dude like Joey Badass, even though you know he's really going over you know premier type beats, boom bap and golden era type beats. You know, him turning down signing with Rock. And he's like, I need $3 million up front. You know, you ain't gonna give me that, then I ain't signing. Joey.
You said you need $3 million up front?
Yeah.
Smart motherfucker.
Hell yeah, he's smart. And here's the thing, man. Even if he does, like I always say, I think the internet's the great equalizer because I really think that all of these guys, they're gonna start getting so popular. Like you're gonna have to. They're gonna force their way in. And I think that pretty soon, sooner rather than later, they're gonna start outnumbering these Rick Rosses and these Lil Waynes. They're just gonna purely outnumber these guys. Because right now, when you listen to the radio, it's 5 people. It's 5 people.
I don't agree with that one because I'll tell you the reason why they will never outnumber them. Because it's too easy right now to be the next, you know, Lil Wayne. Because I don't have to have that much talent. All I gotta have is some hot beats. It's talent and it's work to be the next Kendrick. You gotta have, it's not like you're just, you know, you can just pick that up overnight. You almost have to be born with that and then you have to study. Like I don't feel like Kendrick just woke up one day and was like, you know, I'm gonna start writing like this. He's probably been doing that since day one.
I've been saying this for since 2000, you know what I'm saying? In a class full of, say, C students, you know what I'm saying? No F students, a C student will shine. So it's like, sure, Kendrick Lamar is awesome, you know what I'm saying? But some of these other artists are underground, they go toe to toe with this kid, like Joey Badass. I'm a big fan of that kid right there. But it's like, until you hear shit like Action Bronson and other shit, and Danny Brown on the radio too, then it's not really a comeback because that's when, those are the spitters right there, you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But you hear it on radio.
Double XL list. You know what I'm saying?
They're not on the radio though.
They're not on the radio.
You in New York. And like, that's where Badass is from. You ain't even played in the radio there.
Because you don't have the sound that's accessible to play on the radio.
It is a comeback if you going from like 2000 to right now. Because back in 2000 when I first moved down here, 2001, all I heard was motherfucking crunk music and shit, like shit didn't make no sense. Little John, Eastside Boys, I was like, what the fuck? I mean, this ain't really no lyrics whatsoever. Now motherfuckers actually taking the time, putting together a little bit of something. So I think it's a little bit better. But as far as actually a main mixture of lyrics and the bullshit, it's still just bullshit, really, you ask me.
But you don't see that as a comeback though? If it's a little bit better, it's getting better.
It's a little bit better, but it's still nothing. It's just cars and pussy the whole time. Nothing, metaphors ain't flipped unless it's like that hashtag rap. It's not nothing really innovative or anything like that. The other kids, like, Crit ain't on radio. Is he in the radio? Where you from?
Crit's on the radio.
Yes, I never heard no Crit radio.
Crit's on the radio.
I heard him on radio.
Not really.
He college radio.
On the radio.
College radio. You turn on the Judge State radio station, you hear them dudes. Hey, once in a while. I mean, but I don't really see it until that gets
Didn't
on there.
Didn't even Crit say he was on the radio? That he's proud to be finally getting spins?
He's on MTV.
There's Hope State, maybe.
If you're on
The
MTV,
remix.
you're on the radio.
Yeah, and then he has again that commercial for Crown Royal for Dr. J. You know what I'm saying? So he's getting commercials, he's getting different things.
He's breaking out, man. Like that's what I'm saying. I can't see how y'all don't think this
But
is
he's
a comeback.
doing songs
Man.
with other popular artists too, like
No, his
Chris
own
Brown,
songs
yeah.
on the radio. And the thing about it is, if he's doing a song with Chris Brown,
He got more fans.
how did that happen? How did that happen? How did Crit get us track with Chris Brown? He
think it's
must
dope.
be making waves.
think
He
it's
must
dope,
be
though.
getting played.
Yeah.
Or else Chris Brown wouldn't even bother doing a track with him.
And I also think that inside of the industry, like inside of these circles where people talk and collaborate, there's no way that you don't respect a Big Crit. Even if you're Chris Brown. You have to. So I think that these mainstream guys, like when these other guys like a Crit get into music, like eventually you're gonna have to cross paths.
But what if Crit was replaced with Danny Brown? That's the thing. It's like, Chris Brown doesn't really have to necessarily look at a Danny Brown and think, I need to do a track with that dude. The reason he's doing a track with Big Crit is because Big Crit is popping. Now, Danny Brown is popping, but not like that. Not the same way. Not on a mainstream level. Danny Brown, right now, I haven't heard anything he's done that's new for his new record, but judging based off of Triple X, he doesn't really have super high crossover ability. Now, he may completely flip that shit on this next album, because he said that. I'm not talking about dicks. I ain't talking about, if he kind of takes the ASAP route, Danny Brown could be that next dude, but right now he's not. But Crit is that dude that's putting lyrics in a mainstream bucket, and so is Kendrick. And I think that shit could increase, but we have to embrace it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not hearing it myself. I haven't heard a Crit song on the radio personally. And that's old. Yeah, that's an old record. But I mean, so are you guys saying that to break through, they have to go over those more accessible mainstream type of production?
Yeah, of course. If they want to break through now, yeah, because Joey Badass's production is not what's hot to most people.
So take their popularity and adapt it to the mainstream level.
If they want to break out in the mainstream, yeah, that's what they need to do. I'm not saying that they should do that, but I don't think Big Crit set out to break out on the radio. I think Big Crit likes that kind of production, but at the same time, he still studies from Bun B. He still studies from Andre. He studies from and Scarface. He studies from lyricists. So therefore, that's going to carry over. I don't think this is no shots, but I don't think someone like Chief Keef is going to tell you, yeah, I studied Scarface, Bun B, Pimp C, Dre, and Big Boy. No, he's not. And even if he did say that, it doesn't show in his music. But you can see what Big Crit is trying to do.
Well, yeah, he's actually working on a track with Mike Will, and Mike Will made it as actually one of the hottest mainstream producers that are out there right now.
So that's automatic.
Right, so how do you not see this as a comeback?
Because he's not being played now.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
yet,
but he has things in the works.
Right. And at the end of the day, like, I think they just need to take the Diddy Biggie approach. You know what I'm saying? Especially like with like a Joey. Like Joey, to me right now, he's like Nas, where he's super lyrical. He has these beats where people fuck with, but it's like, can you really get radio play? And I think that like some of these more lyrical guys need to not ditch their sound, but get it a little bit more accessible, like Biggie did.
Exactly what Nas did.
And then still have your straight hood shit and your lyrical shit on your album, but have some of that softer stuff for the radio and for the ladies and for all of this. And it's like the same thing I was saying with Yellow Wolf. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I like Trump Music Returns so much, because in terms of a love song or trying to connect to women, when you try to put somebody in a box or force them into this, it doesn't work. You got to let them do them.